exhausting week getting ready for tomorrow. Day of Dice!
Day
Um,
of Dice.
I did a lot of voiceover work, pre-recorded a lot of stuff so that I didn't destroy my voice running the same session 3 times throughout the day. Which do have an afternoon vacancy that has nobody in it, if anybody's interested.
As a
But
player?
no, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Nobody has signed up for my afternoon slot for the Madhouse, and so it's looking like that one's not going to happen.
Sadly,
But
I'll be at work.
ah, but we have been discussing what our next community event is going to potentially look like, and we're going to pull the community at large to determine what day is going to work best for everybody. Because this was really impromptu. Of what day would we like to do this? It'd be really funny if we did it on 420. Oh, that would be funny. How far away is that? Shit, a week, like 2 weeks. So we're going to get a little more community input as far as when we do the next one, if it's going to work better on a Saturday or if it's going to work better on a Sunday, or maybe even, like a Monday night, have it roll over past the weekend, and try to split up our efforts so that we're not all offering something on the same day. Maybe we do like a 3-day event where there's 2 of us on for a day, and then the other 2 will take the next day kind of thing. But also just getting input on what kind of one shots do you all want to participate in. Each of us come up with a handful of ideas. For me, it would be go fight something big, go have some fun in a maddening carnival attraction, or do a meat grinder one shot where you bring in like 5 different character sheets, knowing that probably all of them are gonna die.
If we
But
do it on 420, it's gotta be weed themed.
I know. So I had almost thrown together a heist where you break into a quote unquote apothecary shop,
Apothecary.
and you'd have to fight this big like animated plant that would like as it took damage, like the only thing it was weak to would be fire, but every time it took fire damage, everybody would have to make a constitution saving throw against getting stoned. But I already had the workings of my one shot for tomorrow, and I was like, I don't want to start from scratch. But it should be a good time. I'm very excited. Our newest game master has filled up nearly all 3 of his tables. And so I'm very happy to see him finding some success.
Oh.
I seem to have gotten the least amount of attention, so I'm a little sad, but it's all in good fun.
What, you got us. You don't need anything else.
Exactly. Oh,
This is
little
episode 2?
This would be episode
Episode
3.
That's right.
Oh gosh, I spoiled a major part of Critical Role Campaign 3 for me a couple of days ago. I won't say what, but man,
Oh, I've been avoiding whatever it is that's happened with FCG. I don't know what it is,
ah,
but I've been avoiding it
ah. I won't say nothing.
because I'm only on like episode 27 or something like that.
Yeah, they're up to like 68, I think.
No, they're on like 91.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Man. I remember tuning in for the first episode as it aired. Ugh, where has the time gone? What is
Where
my
has
life?
it gone?
I was talking to my counselor today, and he's like, it gets worse the older you get. Like, at your age, you'll be like, yeah, I saw this like a day ago. And you'll be like, no, that was like 3 weeks ago. At his age of 50, he's like, man, I'll be like, didn't this just happen a couple of days ago? And then my wife will say, that happened like 3 years ago.
Yeah. Time is hilariously cruel.
It is. But no time like the present to jump into tonight's session of A Tale of Pain and Plain. At first, I thought we didn't have an orange, but I heard her speaking, so I think we are good to go and have everybody present.
I think we're all
I
here.
never know.
The gang is all here. The gang is all here.
Oh, get some stretches in real quick.
Game master stretches, warm up. I already did my warm up. Ma 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 ma.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Unique New York.
Rubber
unique New
baby,
York.
baby buggy bumpers. Rubber baby, buggy bumpers.
Rubber baby bottoms.
Whoa, it's
Nope.
harder than I thought.
It
Peter
is.
Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers.
If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, how many peppers did Peter Piper pick? Peter Piper.
Peter Piter.
Peter
Sounds
Potter.
like a great NPC.
Peter Parker?
Mm.
You're Carter.
Peter Piter.
Is that the one with the fairy dust in it? Oh no, that's Peter Pan.
There is a bug on my screen. Get out of here, little guy. Go away.
He just wants to play D&D.
Yeah, don't hurt
I
him.
know.
No, it's Peter Piter.
He's a little guy. That is the tiniest grasshopper I've ever seen.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fly away, little guy. We got D&D to play. Ah. The last time we gathered together, we opened with you all gaining some insight into the inner workings of Greenbrier, a small hunter's camp nestled within the jungle of Faunal. You were able to observe some of the hunters that resided here, one of which was Mick Mangehide, who seemed to be prepping for an expedition into the jungle even late at night. You were also able to meet Boniface Celis, another victim of the multiplanar expanse, finding himself in the Outlands. Hailing from a land called Maldred and an organization called the Memoriam, he told you about the special qualities of the gate towns and Sigil itself, informing you that the most likely way of getting back home would be through the countless doors found within the city at the top of the spire. However, there were strange happenings within Faunal. Rumor has it that after Faunal had been absorbed back into the Beastlands, a race for power began between three factions of beast tribes: the avians, the carnivores, and the herbivores. This was compounded further by the fact that a group called the Vile Hunt seemed to have the leaders of these factions within their sights and planned on adding them to their collection of trophies. Faunal has already been ripped into the Beastlands for straying too far away from neutrality. A second occurrence could be catastrophic for those who remain. It wasn't an easy decision to get involved, but it felt like the right thing to do. So you followed Mick and who you believed to be the Vile Hunt out of Greenbrier. The tracks of their cart led to a river, and acting upon some guidance you received earlier in the day, you broke away from this trail and headed upstream, where you found a waterfall and a large stone guardian of the jungle that began to attack. However, you were able to overcome this threshold guardian, gaining new strength in the process. We pick up here as you find yourselves standing around this small pond at the base of a waterfall, with Orange having already identified that there is a tunnel behind the falling water. Floor is yours.
Well, I wonder why this stone golem, attacked only Vainheart. He really didn't seem to go after anyone else. But, I think we should go into this cave entrance. What do you guys think?
Clearly they have something against humans here. He's our only human.
Perhaps. We're just waiting on Gene.
Is the tunnel dark?
It is quite dark, as the waterfall does allow a little bit of light to come through, but due to the refraction of the water droplets floating in air, or falling through the air, I should say, the light does not travel very far, casting, wavering lines of light along the walls, maybe only about 10 feet deep before it gets darker and darker.
Who's in the front?
Looks like the fairy leads.
Okay.
What have you got on you? You got weapons or something?
Are you asking me? Sorry.
Yes, I'm asking you.
I have a longbow and a dagger and a hand axe.
Do you want to hold up maybe the dagger or the hand axe and I'll cast light on it?
Okay.
Wouldn't that be interesting if, like, a bow and you shoot arrows, like, do the arrows get the light enchantment too?
Oh,
Oh, that would be cool. We can light up something.
how does that work? Is that a thing we can do?
Maybe you could enchant the arrows that are in their inventory?
But then it would only light up the arrows, and we need light where we're at too, don't we?
Yeah, he was just
I
saying.
mean-
That's interesting.
Yeah,
you
there was a...
could
Well, technically
arrows
you
in the
could
dark.
shoot the arrows... Yeah, you could shoot them in the spots, and that would light up those areas.
As it says, you touch an object that is no larger than 10 feet in any dimension. So would that work for, like, the quiver of arrows? Could I do that?
Yeah, that would absolutely work.
Okay, let's do that then.
Oh, now we have overhead lighting.
Says it sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet.
Excellent. So, as you reach out and touch Orange's quiver, it begins to illuminate with this very soft white light, almost blinding you as your eyes have already began to adjust to the darkness within this tunnel. But
Can
as
the
you
light
Just gonna shield my face with my hand until my eyes readjust.
can the light have a slightly green tint?
certainly,
Thank you.
it's like this nice soft sea foam green.
Hmm.
Oh, this is quite nice.
Vainhart's gonna just be peeking through his fingers to see if he's adjusted yet.
Those aren't your fingers. Those are my fingers.
How did that happen?
We're still trying to figure that
Why?
out.
Why are your fingers on my face?
Well, I need someone to ride through this tunnel.
Well, then just hold my hair, not my eyes.
Not the
Oh.
eyes. Oh, yes.
Not the hair.
You need your what am I to you? A mount? You need your mount to be able to see, do you
Well,
not?
I was going for your eyebrows. They're so long I could use them as reins like on a horse.
All the ideas up there, little one. They are not reins. They are not meant to be tugged.
Well,
Shall we go?
Can we see where this tunnel leads off to?
Oh, I guess you'd have to shoot some arrows.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Well, I thought the light was already on. Sorry.
Well, the light is coming from the quiver itself. If you were to have placed the light upon a singular arrow, then it would be able to be fired off into the darkness
Oh,
and kind
that
of
was-
lead the way.
Kind of what I was asking that whole time was if I
Ah,
could
no
make the arrows
worries.
light up.
Quick correction then. From the quiver, a soft green light begins to illuminate, and from the amount of light that it's creating, you can see that the tunnel shifts to the left after another 15 feet or so, so you can't quite see what's around the corner. But that's when...
Toss.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. It was a cough. Came out as me saying toss.
That's when you notice that
Sorry.
there is an
Ran
odd
into it. It was-
smell down here.
I smell something funky.
Musty, stale, old.
Vainheart, when was the last time you had a shower?
If you don't see, I was literally in the water not long ago.
This
Well,
is
your
more
head-
funk than the human can produce.
Okay.
To be fair, if I did smell, all I would smell like is dirt and stone, considering I got pummeled by a statue.
Probably me. I'm covered in fur.
Oh, we gotta
Oh,
give
you've
the
got that
mage one a bath.
wet dog smell.
Does
Oh.
does the are you a bugbear? What are you? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Bugbear.
Does the bugbear have a scent gland that needs to be expressed?
Oh, God.
Oh.
I don't believe I do.
Oh.
Some sulfur whiskers back there.
If you really needed it, I would do it.
Well,
I'm just that kind of a dedicated friend.
deeper in the hole smells foul. Should we go forward?
Yes, let's.
Since we're about to go into corridors, essentially, Rowan and Tradoroh and well, maybe not I, because I have a little goblin on my head. We need warriors to take the lead.
We shall take the point.
I'll stay in the middle of the group, I
Come
guess.
on, my green man. You're green,
I can
right?
easily jump off if there's a battle that ensues.
Well, I think it's also best if I stay in the middle, because if we happen to get ambushed and someone takes a first strike, I can heal them.
Oh. Let's go.
You can heal now. Could you heal before?
You
I
want-
can't remember.
I could give you a little cut with my sword and then heal it to show you.
I don't really know if that's necessary. We could just talk about it.
It won't be a big one. It'll be a
That's
little
great.
cut.
Let's go. Let's go. Onward.
All right.
Me and-
So, Big T and Rowan, go ahead and give me perception checks.
Say
As
no
the group
more.
begins to move deeper into this tunnel.
We be perceiving.
13, 14.
Using the light produced by the arrow in Orange's quiver, you very slowly make your way forward. The two of you in front, keeping a very close eye on everything just to make sure there's no crevices or areas of ingress that enemies could take advantage of. You seem to recall a story from long ago of a group of adventurers that had gone into a goblin den only to be ambushed from the rear because they had overlooked small tunnels that were hidden by shadow.
I mean,
But as you're
backwards.
moving forward and you're looking around, looking to see if there's anything amiss, Rowan, you step forward and something shifts under your foot.
Oh, what's
You
this?
hear a click.
Uh-oh.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Oh dear.
So, saving throws, dex. Oh! This doesn't sound good. In fact, I'm fairly certain this doesn't sound good.
Yeah, the moment you step on this pressure plate and realize what it is, you stop. Like, oh, that can't be good, as you immediately feel a prick in your neck,
Oh!
taking 1 point of piercing damage.
Ow!
And you turn to look at the others, and it's weird because they all look a little bit blurry.
Ooh.
And then everybody else sees Rowan kind of swaying back and forth a little bit. before
Jeez.
collapsing on the ground.
Did he pass out?
Oh dear.
Yeah, he has fallen asleep.
I gotta do some research real fast. I'm trying to find it.
Wait, how clearly can I see? Because I have dark vision.
You can see fairly well down here, especially since there is a light source. You're seeing as far as far ahead of you as you possibly can, because this tunnel snakes left and right at a fairly regular frequency.
Mm.
Although as you look down, you realize that what Rowan had stepped on was obscured by roots that had come up from beneath the ground and grew over top of it. Anybody could have made that mistake.
Well, since Rowan is passed out, couldn't I technically use lay on hands to neutralize his poison?
You certainly could.
You can certainly try.
Pool of healing power that can restore 10 HP for long rest as an action. You can touch a creature to restore a number of HP, blah blah blah. Alright, I'll just do that.
Touch him.
I'm going to grab Rowan by the feet, and since he's so big, I'm going to, with all my strength, pull him away from the plate first. And then I'm going to lay my hands upon him, gently patting his cheeks to wake him up.
Right.
Does he wake up?
What? Oh. Why, thank you, my good man. Help me up. I suppose we should all be on the lookout for traps.
Maybe our fairy friend could use her druid craft thing to get rid of these roots that are hiding the traps.
Yeah, I don't have to do anything for that, right? I should just. Do I roll something?
So if you would like to utilize Druidcraft in order to kind of clear out what's on the floor so that it's easier to find things, I will grant whoever makes perception or investigation checks to look for those traps with advantage.
Nice. Do you have to have a certain skill to look for traps, or can anybody do it?
Perception or investigation will suffice, although disarming a trap and trying to figure out its inner mechanisms is purely investigation.
I don't have either one of those.
If only we had a pale elf with us.
Pale
I
ale.
have +2 investigation and +5 perception.
Ooh.
Maybe it should be you then.
I think it should be you.
Which one should I
We
do?
nominate the bugbear.
Let the big guy take care of delicate trap. Let's try investigation.
Didn't you say your what was the other choice?
Perception is +5. Should I just do that then?
Maybe you should do perception to find them, and then someone else can disarm them if need be.
Okay.
What is everybody's investigation?
Mine's
-1.
Mine's
One.
0.
Mine's 0. Looks like
Right.
it's gonna be the bugbear after all.
Well, he is a rogue. It does fall within his purview.
This roguish bugbear.
But having identified that this tunnel is trapped and that they're not going to be that easy to find, you reorganize your marching order so that the jeans wearing bugbear, can have the first look at anything, especially knowing that his vision is better down here. So, Jean, go ahead and give me a perception check as you all begin to continue moving forward.
I
And
got
you're keeping it
21.
very close with a 21.
Denim, denim, denim.
Damn.
It's almost comical just how many traps there are in here and how close together they are. It would be very easy for somebody unaware to trip one, take the effects of that trap, and stumble into 3 or 4 more of them and just get annihilated one after the other by all of them triggering at the same time. But with keen eyes built for viewing in the dark, you're able to identify more of those pressure plates, and you just kind of warn people not to step there. Odd looking rocks in the wall that, if interacted with, would be another trigger. Even something as obvious as what looks to be a root that hangs a couple of inches off the floor, you realize is inside of the walls on either side, and that this is also a trigger for a trap. And you just continue to guide everybody past these, motioning with your own movements. Step a little bit higher here. Stay to this side of the tunnel over here.
There's so many.
Someone really doesn't want us coming this way.
But what? I don't know.
Indeed. And remind me, my good fellows and ladies, who are we going to meet? I can't
Heading
recall.
toward Razor Claw right now. I think that's his name. Hold on, let me check.
Eban Claw.
Eban
Thank you.
Claw.
I was
There you go.
searching through my notebook, and Valkor happened to notice it before I did.
It's the Razor-Tooth Rock in the jungle that we're looking for. We're following the river upstream to the waterfall. Now we're looking for the rock after this cave.
Yep.
We're in the cave.
Checks out. That's what I have in my notes as well.
Hmm.
We really should designate a note taker in our group. Who's the best one?
I think everyone should take notes.
What are notes?
And that's why I designated a note taker.
Who's got the best writing?
So, anyways, humans and creatures.
There's only one.
Gene, does the way look clear?
As far as I can tell. But there's so many traps everywhere.
Step lightly.
We've navigated around the traps.
Wondering if
Do we see an exit or anything? What else is happening in this tunnel?
After getting past the bulk of these traps, the tunnel opens up into a large natural cavern beneath the ground. And you're standing on a rise above an underwater river, or an underground river, looking down into a very fast current with a very narrow ledge leading around the edges of this cavern to another tunnel about 30 feet in front of you. If you'll excuse me just 1 minute.
No worries.
Since children are gonna get yelled at.
He's gonna use guiding bolt on the kid.
Thought he was gonna use Voice of Radiance.
Sacred flame.
I don't have proficiency in child rearing.
Roll with disadvantage.
Are you sure he's not going to go raged and into reckless attack?
How many puns can we get out before he comes back?
He's like, I heard everything.
I feel
Sorry
bad.
about that.
Oh. He's gonna use command. That's for sure.
Command the children.
He's going to have the
Yeah, but they
children
have
roll.
really high wisdom saving throws.
These wise
Wisdom
children.
or stubbornness.
Yeah, the really high stubborn saving throws.
We'll call it
But-
athletics. Their ears are dodging your commands.
Yeah. For real. But the cavern itself is about 50 feet wide, 30 feet across, and it's a very narrow walkway around.
One
There
at
is
a
no
time,
straight path
folks.
across. Now you do have a choice between left and right.
Can we see anything different about either direction?
Certainly. Go ahead and make it a perception check.
Perception. Ah.
How deep's the drop?
About 15 feet. Although you're not too concerned about getting hurt from falling, it's that very fast current to the river.
Let that
You
thing
get
roll
swept
before I leave
and
that page.
taken
It's like
quite a
perception with
ways away at a
advantage
very
or just
short period of
perception?
time. So this would be a straight roll without there being anything granting advantage. However, as many of you are looking around trying to see which way might be safer, it's Val that sees not something that gives him the warm fuzzies, but something that makes him a little bit nervous about the left path, as there is enough supporting rock underneath the walkway for about half the distance, but then it starts to get really thin, and it looks like even part of the pathway has crumbled already. But looking to the right, Val, you see that there is no concerning structural lack of integrity, and feel that it might be safer to go that way.
Looks safer to the right. Well, to the left side, the rocks have crumbled away.
Well, if we fall, at least you'll have something to cushion your fall.
It's funny that you think I would fall with you.
To the right,
I
then.
grab both of his legs and hold them tightly locked down. You will. That path over there looks like it's been traversed, and I keep having an idea that there might be treasures. But it is risky. I don't personally want to do it if no one else is willing to do it.
I'll do it.
Check your greed, men.
We all have to stay
Well-
together, so it's all or nothing.
Is there anything nearby, like something about as heavy as one of us that we could push to the path to see if it'll collapse at all?
Unfortunately, no.
I don't think there's any reward for the risk.
I'm kind of in agreement because I don't visibly see anything over there.
I certainly don't see anything. Let's follow the goblin,
Wait,
unless someone
could
has
we
an
have-
idea.
Wait.
Maybe
What?
our fairy friend could take a quick little fly and look and come right back?
Yes, let me go do that.
Yeah, as all of you are concerned about falling, Orange is like, why are you all afraid? Like, can't you just fly?
Yeah, let me just
So-
flap my big arms as fast as I can. The
Not at
shield
level
actually adds
2.
a little bit.
I mean, it might work for a comical 2 seconds before gravity takes over. So
Rowan, give me
Orange,
your other shield. I need to flap my arms.
Orange, you fly out above the drop off and kind of follow the path to the left. And it's not on the path that catches your eye, but below it. Right where the ground seems to have crumbled away, leaving mere inches for anybody to stand upon. About 5 feet down, there is a satchel hanging off of a rock. Somebody probably fell right here and lost their belongings as they plunged into the river, being taken to the gods only know.
Can I? Well, is it bad? Is it bad?
What's that, Charlie Brown's teacher?
Do you want to try to get it?
Yeah, can I try to get it?
Yeah, certainly. Because you can fly, there is no risk for you, opposed to everybody else. You fly over to it very gingerly, grab the strap, making sure not to nudge it in any direction, cause it to fall before you have a firm grip.
Make sure you get a firm grip on your strap on. I mean, put the strap on with a firm grip.
Will do.
Just gonna gently cover Val's mouth so she can concentrate.
I just lick his fingers.
No.
No.
You get a room.
Yeah, you're nasty. But
Hey Val, last thing my fingers touched was coffee.
But you now have this old, like, over-the-shoulder satchel. That's, the strap is frayed in places, and even looks like there are some tears in the canvas. But it does feel like it has something inside of it.
Can I go where everybody else is and open it?
Absolutely.
Our fair fairy returns.
Actually, does anyone have? I don't know if it's about it yet. Does anyone have investigation before we open it?
I'll
Like,
take a look at it.
I know that's the best one, but like, I'm like,
Yeah.
is there anything that I
Oh,
can do?
yeah.
with it open?
Check the
Gene,
satchel
check it
in
out.
case if it's enchanted or something.
Green.
Jean.
I'm sure it'll be fine if you just open it.
I think Val wants to
Green.
open it.
Just open it.
Give it to Val, let him open it.
If Val wants to open it, Val can open it, but I think we should.
Okay, I'll open it.
That's his.
Oh,
I think
he's
it'll-
already opening it.
What's inside? I opened it.
Part of me was thinking that you're going to be like, I open it, I stick my hand in, and then you immediately start screaming as a joke. I was anticipating that.
I should have thought of that.
Inside, there are very few items. There's a pouch that, when you kind of pick it up and jiggle it, you can hear that very distinct sound of coins clinking against each other.
There's some money. There's a money pouch. Coin purse.
Just the belongings of some poor traveler.
Is that it?
There is also a glass vial that contains
Mysterious liquid.
Oh, I can
Why
tell
is
you
it
exactly
white
what that
and
liquid looks
sticky?
like.
How do you know it's sticky?
Uh,
Did you open it?
He put his hand in it.
Smells salty.
make sure I'm looking at
Oh
the right
my
thing.
God.
Oh,
So the inside of this vial has a very syrupy liquid that looks like liquefied iron.
Oh, I wasn't that wrong.
Liquefied iron.
what could
Is it
liquid
iron?
iron be used for?
Actually, Val, go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Oh, okay. Oh, good.
A 17. You're almost hesitant to believe it. As somebody familiar with the arcane and being able to cast spells, you know that there are people out there with a very special set of skills in alchemy that can create salves and tinctures and potions. And while this looks like just something mercurial, you almost wonder if... No, it couldn't be. If this is what you think it might be, Somebody lost something very valuable. This is a potion of invulnerability.
Oh,
Hmm.
Sucks that they didn't use it on their way down. Oh, did I say that out loud? Oops.
Potion of invulnerability.
Why would they bring that here?
Well, they are going.
Maybe
But
they were
this
part
passage-
of an adventuring party like we are.
Hmm.
That too.
It was just part of their pack.
But it seems like they went on the left side. Or
I have a theory. Not the best, but it is a theory. Whoever this satchel belonged to was coming out here to meet with this Val. What was his name again? Eban Claw.
mm-hmm.
Eban Claw.
And they could have been expecting the worst, because Eban Claw, as I have in my notes here, has killed people before.
Well, also we were following the hunt people,
The hunters.
so maybe this was one of their people's bags.
But it's so.
What was that
old.
guy's name? Oh, fuck. Where is it? Mick.
Oh,
Mick and
yeah.
friends. Maybe
But doesn't
maybe
this
lost a
satchel-
friend.
True. But doesn't this satchel look old? Like it's been here for a good while.
Maybe they carried around an old satchel. I don't know.
In addition
Also
to
true.
the coin pouch and the what could be a potion. You really won't know until you have it evaluated by somebody that can really like perceive what its real properties are. There is a bundle of 12 crossbow bolts and a lucky rabbit's foot by the looks of it.
Ah.
Don't get angry with the rabbit's foot in there.
Yes, well, some people
anybody
like to
mind-
keep their trophies.
Actually, how much coin is in the purse?
There is
$3.
$3.
21 copper coins,
Mm-hmm.
12 silver pieces,
Mm-hmm.
and 8 gold coins.
Got it.
Does anyone mind if I hang on to this until we get back to a place where someone can identify the potion?
I don't mind.
I think it should be Orange's decision, because she is the one who got the satchel for us.
What is that?
Well, you can hang on to it if you want to.
You can hang on to it.
Okay,
I'll just strap it around my chest in one of my many straps.
He's strapped. As for the bolts, should the bolts go to Rowan? Rowan, you have a crossbow, don't you?
I also have a crossbow.
We can
Oh, you
split 'em.
also have a crossbow. Yeah, you could split them. 6 each.
Okay. 6 each.
I was just gonna, since we're on a ledge in a tunnel, gonna worry about this later, but we could do it now.
Yes, let's
That's fine.
proceed. Let's proceed.
I know this is really important for you to have those 6 bolts.
I think if the ledge has held us for this long, it could hold out another few minutes.
Okay.
Hey, switch over my shoulders. You'll be cushioned.
Here's your 6 bolts. Shall we divide up the 21 copper, 12 silver, and 8 gold? Also?
Oh, that can wait. That can wait till we're in the city.
Okay, good.
Way more in there to divide up than 2 6 stacks of bolts.
But who gets the rabbit's foot?
Me.
I thought so.
That's taken care of. I don't want it after the luck I've just had.
Well, I think if this potion is what I think it is, I think you should get the potion too, Big T.
Okay.
Because you're like
Wait,
the.
he's not the one who had his face pummeled in by a giant stone fish.
I
He's
still
also
don't
not-
know what you did to deserve that pummeling.
He's also not the one that threatened to pull me down into the river with him. So, I vote for him to get the
Wait.
potion.
Wait a minute. Threatened to pull you into the river? I threw you away from that river to save you.
Talking about when we were just in the cave just now, when you said
Oh, you
hold
mean
on
here
to my
now?
legs
Oh, yeah,
tighter,
totally,
like I
totally.
was gonna fall with you. Yeah.
Oh no, that was just a jest.
Now that I had to explain it, it's really funny. But you know,
You know what? You just liked the physical attention. I felt your legs tighten up.
okay.
Okay, well, we can just let them go all day, or we can...
Please save us.
someone
We're
save us.
walking, and we're walking.
Which way?
Well, we're still
the
going
right.
to the right. I mean, we already looked to the left.
Meanwhile, Orange is still just floating there in the air.
Well,
But single file, you all slowly move. The person in front taking especial care to very slowly put weight onto each step.
Is it like a back to the wall slide?
Oh, yeah.
Foot sort of a thing. Ooh.
It's a little more comfortable for you, Val, because you are such small in stature, and quite a bit more stressful for Tradoroh and Jean, who are both a little more top-heavy than you are. But
And Rowan.
backs
Oh.
and Rowan,
Tall.
I don't like this one bit.
backs to the wall, arms even out to try and grab onto the crenellations of the wall behind you.
Hey,
Very
Orange. How does it
slowly
feel to have
work
wings?
around.
great.
Yeah,
How does
I'm
it feel
jealous
to
right
be
now.
alone?
I'm hating this.
I don't like this.
I'm okay. Sometimes it pays to be small.
Can we see the way down? Should we keep going?
Yes, let's keep going.
Eventually, you make your way to the other side where the tunnel continues. But still just see nothing beyond what light is coming from Orange's quiver.
Should we check for traps again?
Okay. Jean.
I've already forgotten who does it, what to do.
Jean.
I roll again.
Find
25.
them trapped you.
Oh,
Fucking carp.
nice.
Matt, okay, it's official. He's our trap checker from now on.
Mm-hmm.
The rogues are 4.
Yes.
But with Jean leading the way, you avoid several more traps. One in particular stands out as Jean, you're able to kind of follow a specific tripwire that leads up into the ceiling. And as you look up, you can see that there is a very large boulder up there, very tenuously placed with very few things keeping it from falling. And that likely would have turned into a very mad dash down the hallway that you can still make out more traps in.
We could have got Indiana Jones.
We could use a good cardio workout as I pretend to aim my sword up at the boulder.
Hey, let's not get crazy.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm feeling pretty chaotic at the moment.
You hit a pebble and everything comes down.
Oh, there's a rock in my boot. Let me get that out. Ah, now I feel normal again.
Toss, hit the tripwire, everything goes to chaos.
Oops. Oops. That's all I'll be saying as our ghosts are going up to the heavens.
Walking down the decline that is likely the path the boulder would have followed, avoiding more pressure plates where you can see that there are these inch-wide holes in the walls, likely where more darts could be fired from. Rowan, you kind of subconsciously rub your neck where the last one embedded itself. And then you all start to wonder, what exactly is down here? Because earlier, you'd been told this is the way to Razor-Tooth Rock. And also, the direction it looked like Mick Mangehide had been taking the vile hunt. But none of these traps seem to be triggered. It doesn't really look like anybody's been down here for a while. But that's not even the more concerning part. It's just what's down here that requires this much protection?
Got a bad feeling about this.
Everyone stay on your guard. Can we see anything of the road ahead?
As you get down to the bottom of the decline and the ground levels out, up ahead about 20 feet, you can see natural light.
It looks like we're heading the right way. I walk towards the light.
I'll be kind of close behind him.
I'm going faster now because I'm ready to get out of the cave. Yes!
Oh, Rowan, do you get claustrophobic in caves?
I prefer the open air of the forest.
Oh, I thought it was because of your size. Wait, is it because of your size? Is that why you don't like caves?
No, I like trees.
Oh, well, understandable.
And fortunately, as you reach where the light is coming from, there are trees. A lot of them. And as you look around, you realize that you find yourselves in some kind of crater. Up above you, you can see that the walls kind of converge inwards a little bit, leaving a fairly large hole in the ceiling that's bringing in light from the sun, allowing for all types of plants to grow down here.
Look at all this life.
Where are the shrooms?
On that log, about 10 feet to your left, bright red capped mushrooms with white spots.
That's Adamantia muscaria.
Which, oddly enough, is a primary ingredient in potions of healing.
Oh.
Oh, I say we gather those.
I agree.
Rowan goes and
Just don't
gently
eat 'em.
grabs the mushrooms. He thanks them for their sacrifice and puts them in a cloth.
Can you hear plants screaming when you eat them?
I do not.
Okay.
Oh dear God!
Whoa, 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 whoa,
I don't
this
hear
isn't
them. They can
Sausage
only
Party.
hear me, actually.
What were those shrooms called again? How do you spell that?
I'm a ninja Mesnarian.
I'm just gonna put down healing shrooms.
Don't eat them raw.
Sure don't.
What do you want?
I'm looking
Will I get
around.
some
Do I
kind of
notice
treat?
anything?
What happens if you eat them raw?
Oh, so the funny thing about that particular mushroom is that it is highly poisonous if ingested, which I only just recently found out about. Like yesterday or the day before, I found out this mushroom that I have associated with potions of healing for years are actually very deadly to consume. And so I guess narratively, it's one of those things of just because it's poisonous to eat raw doesn't mean they can't be treated and dried and put into, some sort of pestle and ground down into a powder and placed into a potion and have the opposite effect of revitalizing somebody.
Well, from an alchemical standpoint, it probably has something in it that like can kill off bacteria.
Oh yeah. I'm sure there's a logical explanation for it.
Anything that kills off bacteria, you don't necessarily want to ingest. Kind of like rubbing alcohol, if you think about it. Cleans infections, but you're not supposed to drink it.
I mean, if you're a coward.
Oh, is that a challenge, Charlie?
No, do not do that.
Where's the nearest bottle? I
My
need some
DM
right
said
now.
to do it.
I thought we were role playing.
Yeah. But looking around,
Oh, you beat me to it. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
you start to realize that the path does continue. But what's more than that, within the dirt trail of just people walking across it regularly for aeons, there are large flat stones laid into the ground. Sporadically, not very close together, but they are all within that dirt path.
My character
Sorry, I just
is-
accidentally clicked.
My character's just looking around, making sure there's no more statues.
Just a random firebolt shot anywhere.
Random firebolt came out of my butthole.
Oh, ho there!
Wait a minute, you're on my shoulders. Did you just shoot a fireball down my
No,
back?
I got off your shoulders from the ledge part. I've been walking on that.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to be like, did you just fart fire all over my back?
You no longer have back hair.
Oh, well, that works. And it. Oh, and it. Oh no, never mind. Don't like the smell.
Spicy.
Spicy.
But amongst these trees and, exotic plant life, there is this path that looks like somebody intentionally laid a walkway an unknown amount of time ago.
Looks like we might need to go this way.
Should we check it for traps first?
Jean.
Yeah.
Jean Valjean.
Hey, Jean Bear Jean.
Jean Valjean.
Jean Bear Jean.
I rolled a 23.
Nice.
Yeah, looking around, you don't see anything that would indicate that there are any further traps now that you're out of these tunnels. It's primarily just wanting to keep people out of the space you were just in. Now that you're here, it feels fairly safe. Tranquil, even. But then again, so did that river before you had pissed off those wild boar.
Now what do we do? Is there a rock? We're looking for a rock.
I trust the stones right now.
What's it called? Razor-Tooth Rock.
Oh, so we're looking for a rock that looks like a tooth.
I scan the horizon. Do I see any teeth?
No?
Okay, cool.
Until Val slowly works his way into the frame, baring his teeth in a very wide grin.
Oh yes, Val. Hello, Goblin.
I feel like Val's like the little troublemaker trickster of our group.
You just catching on to that, are you?
I'm gonna be checking my bedroll every time before I go to bed.
You might find a present.
It better not be an egg.
Oh, that's pretty tame.
Yeah.
Oh, I was trying to keep it tame.
Can I retroactively, sleight of handedly take some mushrooms into my pouch?
Certainly.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead and give a sleight of hand.
Team.
Rowan has to roll a defense roll now.
No. Gene and Rowan catch you doing it, so it's up to them to decide whether or not they want to say anything about it.
What? What? Oh, oh, help yourself there. Help yourself. Next time, use your words.
Thank you.
Yes, the fairy sings a mighty tune.
So I'm trying to do the. I'm imagining you doing the Hank Hill.
Whoa.
Oh,
Oh,
Go!
go!
I don't know what anyone's
Hank
saying.
Hill.
I have no idea what's happening.
What is Hank Hill, precious?
He has this weird alchemical property which allows him to take flammable gases that only he calls propane.
Propane.
Oh, gosh.
he
So
sells
sodium
some weird-
bicarbonate.
It's propane and propane.
Propane and propane accessories.
Sounds so fancy.
My name's Hank Hill, and I spell propane.
Oh, dear God, Charlie, save us from ourselves.
How many mushrooms did I get?
You managed to get 3.
Thank you.
But continuing along, following this path, passing behind ancient trees. The trunks of some of these trees are 12 feet across,
Hey,
Which
Rowan, have you
even
talked to
being-
these trees? Go ahead.
No, go for it.
Rowan, do you think you could communicate with these trees?
The trees can hear my will, but I cannot hear them, unfortunately. If you want me to tell them something, I
Yes.
can, but it's up to them whether they listen.
Tell them if they could kindly guide us toward Sharp-Tooth Rock.
Well,
Oh, that's a good idea.
Rowan kind of, works the muscles in his back, flexes his arms, gets into position.
Wait, stop. Razor Fang, not Sharp-Tooth.
Okay. And I hum the hum of the tree trunks. and and then I see them start to rustle, and I don't know quite if they heard me. So, do they? Help us. Charlie?
The trees do absolutely nothing.
Oh, they
Ah,
must be that ancient.
Vainheart, these trees are assholes. Sorry.
Either that, or we're going in the wrong direction. Maybe they don't know what a Razor Fang rock is. Do you get what I'm saying? The trees are ancient. This place might not have been touched by the outside world too often.
I passed a nature check. What do you think? I'm passing a nature check.
Are you trying to check something?
Yeah. Just the vibes. I'm checking the vibes.
Okay, vibe check of the nature variety. I can get down with that.
How are the vibes looking with the 15?
I feel the vibes, man.
The vibes of the vines.
I also took a
Vine
nature.
vibes.
So, Oranges, you're just trying to commune with nature. Trying to get a better understanding of this place. The thing that really stands out to you is a lot of this place has been untouched for a very long time. looking down at this dirt path, you can see where seeds are starting to sprout throughout. But you feel no wind, and you think that might likely be a result of it just being beneath the ground, even though there's that opening above you. That's not a good ingress point for airflow. So the trees, they just drop all of their seeds directly beneath them, and a couple of them have kind of worked their way onto the path, but nothing has really taken root, nothing that's flourished here. And as you look at the base of the trees, seeing all of these very sick-looking saplings and other plants that they're not getting enough sunlight, they're not getting enough nutrition from the ground. These large trees are absorbing so much out of the soil. You see no tracks from predator, prey, humanoid. Place is just... You found something that was lost to time, it seems.
This place feels so desolate.
It's ancient here.
I do have an idea. Let me just finish taking a note real quick.
Out of character, real quick, just for 1 second. Remember Charlie said he was going to give us cues when he was done describing, and I want Charlie to be able to have his dramatic pauses because I like them.
Okay, you're right.
And he's doing a good job of cueing us today, but we're not doing a very good job of waiting for the cue. So
Got
just keep that in mind. And I picked that time to interrupt because that time it worked out perfectly. So no one could say that I'm picking on them.
Right. No,
Just
this
friendly
is just
reminder.
Thank you. We all
an
have to
excellent
police each
and
other.
astute. We will figure it out as time goes on. It's not something that you pick up on very quickly. I mean, it took years for my home group to finally be like, the moment they start talking at the same time as somebody else, everybody just stops talking, and then somebody has to volunteer. No, you go ahead. But to finalize, kind of what Orange is seeing in this space, it is just very old. And maybe it's the right way towards Razor-Tooth Rock. Maybe it's a fine detour. But at the very least, this isn't where McMangehide came through. End of narrative.
So, my idea, and I don't even know how well this would work, because I don't know if I should really be able to do something like this in this area, but is there any kind of way that I could potentially sense, like, I guess signs of arcane magics? I think
So
it's
with
not that right.
divine sense. Let's see.
I know I have divine sense where I can detect good and evil, but
I have detect magic if you need that.
it's kind of thinking maybe we try to detect I don't know, like whenever I hear of a place like this that hasn't been touched in so long, I feel like there could be something magical going on here too.
So, what should we do? I'm sorry. You want to try and detect something?
Yeah, if
I think
Charlie will permit it.
I think Charlie's looking stuff up.
Go ahead, Vainheart.
If it could be permittable, I would like to see if any of us who could I think Rowan said he could. If there's a chance that we can try to detect magic in this area, since it's been untouched by the outside world for so long, I keep getting this feeling that there might be something here that could be valuable. Not in the sense of currency, but like helpful to the adventure.
You're certainly free to detect magic.
So Rowan reaching out with that innate sense of how the weave works. Feel out to that distance of 30 feet all around you. However, the only things you pick up that are magical are local to the group. Val gives off a very strong arcane essence.
Essence.
Well, look at you, lit up there, Val.
But nothing in the surrounding area procs on your divination spell.
Sorry, Vainheart, nothing.
That's fine.
Now we know.
So if it looks like, why can't I remember that dude's name? Mick's group
Mick.
didn't come this way. Then either the person that told us to go this way was lying, or Mick wasn't going to see Eban Claw. Or maybe other possibilities that I'm not considering.
Maybe we never needed to enter the cavern.
Yeah, but this was kind of like, there's only two ways. One was the statue and one was going in the cave, right?
What was that, Orange?
I was like, maybe it's the journey, not the destination.
I'm simply thinking. Well, I want to explore this area. I want to state that. I feel like there could be something going on here. But I'm also now thinking, like, what if we never had to go into the cave? Like, what if we could have just kept going up the stream, so to say? Like, I know it was a waterfall, but, like, what if Mick's group climbed up the hill?
What if
Well-
it was the left path?
That's what I was thinking. The left path inside the cave. That was.
Oh,
more
Oh, no, that was a circular cavern. You would have ended up in the same place regardless.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good to know.
Can I do a perception check because we haven't done one in this room?
We're not in a room.
Yeah, I thought I did.
Yeah,
We
Gene
do
did
a
when we first
perception
Oh.
check.
That's because I was looking at the feed over
You have to check
on the one thing.
roll 20, but then also D&D Beyond shows Gene's rolls.
Yeah.
You have
Like,
to check both.
I don't know why it's not showing up.
We fixed it for Vainheart before, and now it
It's a
works.
browser plugin that you have to do.
Plugin.
Like,
Yeah.
I think if you hit features and traits, it should update to the campaign page.
No. What browser are you using?
Firefox.
So
I don't
for
know that
Firefox
Beyond 20
and-
works with Firefox.
I think it can. Let me find out.
Well, anyway.
I'll do this little research in the background, and we'll politely interrupt if I find anything good.
Yeah,
Maybe we
that's-
can do that later.
Yeah, we'll do
yeah,
it.
we'll take a break
do it.
here in a little bit, and we can kind of look at that while we're, refreshing beverages and whatnot. But you all start to move down this path, kind of taking in everything around you. These very old trees, looking up at that opening in the ground above you.
Found it.
But then you come up over a rise into this descending space where it all makes sense now. Something came crashing down through the ground into what was probably a natural cavern, striking deep within the earth, creating this very large just divot in the earth.
But it happened so long ago that things have continued to grow down here, even beyond that cataclysmic event. And at the very bottom, about 200 feet down, you can see a stone temple, almost a pyramid in construction. There are these large serpentine statues at the base of each set of stairs that are found on all four sides. Well, you assume are on all four sides. You can only see about two from your current perspective. But two statues on either side of the bottom of the steps. Old archaic carvings of some serpentine figure.
That looks friendly.
Vainheart is going to tense up when he sees the statues.
Can I can I look at the? You said it was a carving of a serpentine figure.
Yeah, it's about 200 feet down from where you're currently at a very slow declining grade. It's not something you have to worry about falling down. You could walk very comfortably down to this pyramid structure. But from where you're at, it's hard to see any specific details of the statues. Just
anyone
being
have-
able to make out the general shape of them.
Does anyone have religion?
0.
+2. Also, I found that extension.
Okay.
It's the exact same as Google Chrome. Just download it and then integrate it, and you're good to go. Sorry.
Excellent.
I have just like a general D&D question. Is like if you like do a roll for one, how long do you have to wait to do another one? Or, like what's the protocol?
That is handled on a case-by-case basis. Sometimes, if you roll really low on a check, it's already kind of too late to do it again with like the instance of traps and things like that. But continuing to perceive and just looking around the areas, you can do continuously as often as you would like. I try to, narrate that like some time has passed, that you've gone beyond what you were looking at before, and now you're looking at something new for consecutive checks. But there's really no limit to how many times you can do something, if that answers your question.
If you wanted to like do one and then do one also at the same time, like if you wanted to do, I don't know, like a survival and like another one at the exact same time, is that allowed or no?
Sometimes a particular skill check doesn't make sense, or maybe it feels like it's the best one for the circumstances. What I am very often to do is get a little bit weird with those skills. So, for example, a sleight of hand check is a dexterity-based skill check, and it's the act of reaching into somebody's pocket and trying to pull something out without them noticing. But I've had players that have tried to use like double entendres or use double speech, where they say something but they are trying to mean something else, so that discerning ears might pick up on it. And I'm very fond of this. It's a sleight of word check where it'll be a sleight of hand, but it uses their charisma bonus. And so for things that are like you would like to do two skill checks at the same time, I would likely try to find a way to combine them so that there is a more fitting chance of success.
Okay, cool. I was just curious.
No, absolutely. If you have more questions like that, please ask.
And then my only question, which is 2 orange, is did you want me to try to do a religion check?
I think Gene should do the religion check because he has
At +4.
+4.
I thought
why.
we were. Just feel free to tell me that I'm dumb, Charlie. But I thought that we were to describe what we wanted to do, and you would tell us what check we needed to do.
In the
I don't-
beginning stages, that's often very helpful because people don't know what skills to use for a lot of things. But in circumstances like what we find ourselves in right now, you see this pyramid structure that looks like it could have some sort of religious significance to a group of people. If you look at something like that and say, I might have a skill check that might be able to tell us more about it, you can volunteer the idea. My preference is that you ask if you can do it before you make the roll.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Because
to-
for this place that we're in, you could just as easily do a history check than a religion
Also
check.
a history check,
that's
yes.
what I was thinking too. You could combine religion and history as like a skill check for the whole thing.
So complicated.
Yeah, if you guys would like to get closer to this structure so you can get a closer view of it, I will allow one person to make a religion check and somebody else to make a history check. You might learn different things.
Staying
I
in the
can't
back
do
of the
either.
group. I can only do the religion, but it's only a +2, so
My
it'd
history
be
is only
easier.
+2.
Who has high history?
Yeah. I have +1.
It's int based, so whoever has high int.
I only have +2 for history.
Not very studious.
Gene, go ahead. And...
Well, I did say I wanted to go and look at the carving, so I'll do the history check if nobody else wants to.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Do it.
So descending down into the crater with
Oh.
Vainheart kind of
Oh.
trailing back a little
I know
bit,
nothing.
a little bit
Oh.
nervous about these statues. Val, you look at them, and I'm going to use a real world example just because I don't know how to describe this in the fantasy flair. They very much look like Aztec architecture. You know, very bulky, just fanciful depictions of some sort of serpent-like creature with wings. They've got the large open mouths with the fangs hanging down from the top and the bottom of the mouth. But if, Gene, you would like to make that religion check, you may do so.
Sick. 21.
Gave him the nice
Wow, dude, all your rolls tonight.
Much better than my rolls on his behalf last week, or 2 weeks ago. So, Gene, you take a look at these statues, you look at the architecture of the pyramid itself, and while you've never seen anything quite like it, there's something very unique that just makes you think of, you know, stories told in taverns, you know, talking about a world that's no longer reality. A very wild, a very primitive society and culture that revered figures that we all just consider to be mundane in today's day and age. Whatever this figure is, it was very important to whoever constructed the pyramid. Maybe even revered as a god. Some divine protector, although as you're looking at it, maybe something destructive. The way the statues are presented, there is a very aggressive demeanor to them. The way that they are facing out away from the pyramid. Fangs bared, that means something. If the mouths were closed, that would mean something completely different. They're guardians. Not like the one you found earlier today, the statue that had attacked Vainheart, as thankfully they are staying inanimate. But these statues are meant to be warding spirits of some kind for whatever is inside of this pyramid.
You guys want to go into the spooky pyramid with the giant statues that appear to be harmless?
Yes.
Onward,
I
ho!
was afraid you guys were gonna say that.
If there's gonna be treasure anywhere, it's gonna be in there.
Okay, I guess we'll go into the dark, spooky place. That looks like it could be a death trap. It is a pyramid.
Well, what's everybody else want to do?
I want to go in.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Gene. You gonna be
Yeah.
on the lookout for traps again?
Yeah, sure.
All right, you go first.
Jane's in the front. I'm in the back.
No, I'm in the back.
I'm in the backpack.
Oh, you're on the back of the one in the back.
There you go. All right, but Gene, go ahead and make that perception check just to assuage any fears of getting ambushed with mechanical devices on the way leading in.
All right. 24.
24.
Ah, wow.
I'd accuse you of your dice being loaded, but you're rolling on D&D Beyond.
You're so perceptive.
They're
D&D
digitally loaded.
Beyond.
Yeah, no. Climbing the steps of the pyramid. They're looking around. There doesn't appear to be anything trap-related. Nothing really of note, aside from just the incredible steady hands that went into the architecture, as each stone block being 10 feet long. You're not sure how wide they are, but just perfectly smooth. Nobody can create this precise of a cut. It's incredible. But not trapped. As you all ascend the steps, hundreds of steps to the very top of this pyramid, as you see no other way into it. And at the very top, as the stairs end, there is a doorway before you. And on the inside, you can just make out another statue, bronze, with two lit braziers on either side.
I think this statue depicts their deity. Val, get off my shoulders.
Jump off.
I'm going to approach the statue slowly.
Careful, you don't have good luck with statues.
Is it dark in
I have
here?
my
I forgot to
shield
ask.
Up in front of me.
There's braziers. Never mind. There's light.
Yeah, there are braziers on either side of this statue, which does bear some resemblance, although it's a little more realistic. You can make out, even from the outside of the room, the very slender body of this serpent, and carved with such detail to show off each individual scale along its body, with those same wings protruding from the back, one very large set, with another set further down the back that are a little bit shorter in length.
And I'm going to slowly approach the statue with the shield up, protecting my body. I think it's safe.
What say you, human? It's safe?
I can't tell. It's not moving. I'm going to step closer. Now the shield would be almost touching the statue. I think it's just a normal statue. It's not trying to bite my head off.
Who dares enter
Oh!
That
the
is not a normal statue.
sanctum of Nahuatl?
Nahuatl.
How do you say that again?
Nahuatl?
The one who approaches you goes by the name of Vainheart.
Vainheart. Tell me, what is it that you desire? And gotta see something real quick.
Just checking that. What was that statue's name again, guys? How do you spell it?
Nahuatl.
It's in the
In
Discord
the
chat.
Discord.
No, not what? Oh,
Nahuatl.
No waffle.
nah. Who?
Not
Oh.
Quetzalcoatl.
So at this moment, Vainheart, hearing the question of what is it that you desire, what are your surface thoughts? The things that immediately come to mind.
The first thought is, who is this entity that's talking to me? And the second thought would be, what is it offering me? Those are the only two thoughts I'm really having at the moment. They're very vague, I know.
Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
I don't like saving throws. Okay. Achoo.
Oh,
I like 'em even less.
no.
You feel this force of presence probing deeper into your mind, going beyond your surface thoughts, reading into your subconscious, reading through memories, and the more you try to block that invasive presence, the more it just pulls out of your mind.
I am going to allow it into the thoughts, into my memory and my past, as far back as the village. The village of my origin.
I
And
hope you know what you're doing.
what is it that Vainheart desires most?
Well, it's definitely to get his memory back, technically, but okay, yeah, so that would be the first thing, would be to get his memory back. Is this like a 1, 2, 3 kind of thing, or just a one thing?
Oh, this is a very invasive reading of your mind.
Oh, it wants everything out of me. Just like every woman I meet. It... Vainheart. Well, the first thing he wants back is his memories. He has a minor lust for power at the moment. And is willing.
That's what your sword and shield. Brrr.
What the fuck was that? Vainheart looks around. Like, what? Val, stop pretending to be some kind of a jerbola. Semi weather changing out there. Okay, so the things that Vainheart would want most right now is one, he wants his memories back. All of them.
We've established the memories. Moving on.
Yes, he would want his sword and shield back because all those are his mother and father's. And the third would be that oddly insatiable appetite for power that he is willing not to sacrifice the lives of the innocent, but willing to give up his innocence to obtain.
Oh. You are an ambitious one, aren't you? You feel that presence in your mind fade away. You come searching for Eban Claw and Razor-Tooth Rock, among other things. Very interesting. What about all the rest of you? What is it you desire? What brings you here into my presence? After all these years of seeing no one, I am so thirsty for interaction. This voice seems to at first come from the statue, but the more that you hear it, it echoes all around you, almost as this omnipresent sound. You're not quite sure which direction it's actually coming from.
Do you all hear the voice in your head too?
Is it out loud or in our heads?
It's hard to tell because all of you heard it.
I could hear the voice.
I heard it too.
I give a shrug.
Entity, if you're going to do to them what you did to me, how about you focus solely on me?
My name is Couatl, not entity.
Mad respect, Couatl. Apologies on behalf of my friend. He's not real good at learning names. But I'll make sure that he knows yours. And I'm going to keep interrupting him every time he opens his mouth.
Go ahead, Vainheart. But let's go ahead. Go ahead, Vainheart.
Vainheart will look back at Val. His eyes not the same gentle eyes that looked at him before. And he will simply look back at the statue. Couatl, what is it that you offer and want in return?
Oh, what a funny question. What can I offer you? Anything you could possibly want in exchange. All I would ask for in return is your immortal soul and lifelong devotion.
Devotion, you say?
Respectfully, Couatl,
I
Are
will
you-
simply glare back at Val.
Go ahead, Val.
Are you the only one that's allowed to talk? Sorry.
Yeah. Like, this is a private combo between me and Couatl.
Is it in his head or is it out loud? Sorry.
All of you can hear it.
So can I talk to it then?
Yeah, go ahead.
Respectfully, Couatl, what are you the goddess of? Of what people?
Oh, my people. They've gone extinct. They no longer exist, I believe. Thousands, 3,000, 5,000 years ago, even. No longer. I miss their praise, their worship. But as far as my domain, there's some who believe that I am an overseer of the waters and rivers. There's some who believe that I give life. And there are others who believe that I am a harbinger of death.
Bottles.
This is a hungry god. Do not trust it.
What?
Couatl. Go ahead, Val.
Respectfully, I didn't ask what people thought you were the god of. I asked you.
There is a very long pause.
I'm the god of things and such, and very important god. Very, very important. You should not. You should fear my power. I could end you with a thought.
Couatl, I ask this as respectfully as I can, without killing me. Can you show me your power to give me a better understanding on who I'm dealing with?
I would, but your mind could not comprehend. It would leave you feeble and witless.
Can I do some sort of check? Is there an animal with us in the room that's hiding and talking? Like something is fishy.
I'm starting to suspect the same.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check.
I'm gonna look around too.
I'll look around.
Well, I don't see shit.
Neither do I.
I see less shit than you.
I don't think I did well this time.
Oh, we all sucked. We all sucked hard. Orange.
My roll would be
Oh.
low because this thing has probed my mind. I'm probably feeling mentally weak right now.
Gene has the best check, but I don't think that's much.
Yeah, all of
Yeah.
you are looking around trying to find the source of this voice, and I mean it's really dark along the ceiling.
and it's really hard to see, but Jean, as you're really focusing up towards the top, there is something up there. Looks like a snake. But not very big, it's only maybe 3-4 inches wide. And that's when you see the glowing blue eyes that open and peer down at you and immediately shut.
Oh.
Do not pay any attention to the being within the ceiling. I thought we were having a conversation.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Oh,
Yes,
what,
no one. Do not worry about him.
what theatrics are these?
No, Couatl, you literally just told us you're on the ceiling. Can you just come down and talk to us? I'm still asking respectfully if it makes you feel
Nahuatl, come down.
And the being unfurls itself and slowly begins to glide down from the ceiling and kind of wrapping itself around the statue of the very impressive bronze god. And you see maybe an 8-foot-long Couatl with the little wings. It looks like a miniature version of the statue and far less intimidating. All right, you've got me. I'm not a god. I cannot give you anything. It's just been a very long time since I've spoken to anyone.
Okay, first question, Couatl. How did you probe my mind?
Oh, I have many tricks up my sleeves.
Nahuatl, we are searching for a tooth-shaped rock, a rock tooth, a razor tooth, a razor rock, something like that.
Yes,
Do you know of anything?
Razor-Tooth Rock.
Yes.
You're well on the way. There is a cave leading out of this little crater this temple was built in. If you follow that, you'll enter out into Eban Claw's Pride Lands, where all of his terrible friends like to roam around and pick on the lesser beings.
Lesser
I sense
beings.
personal struggles in those words.
Oh, yes, you don't expect me to hang out around this temple every day, do you? I need to eat as well. I've gone out, I've done things.
But I'm assuming these beings also consider you lower on the food chain.
Oh, the ones that have been sorely mistaken. And flicks its tongue at you.
Oh.
To clarify, I did not say I thought you were. I said them.
Okay.
So, Couatl, you venomous?
Oh, incredibly so. Should I give you a bite to prove it?
There's going to be a small flicker in Vainheart's eyes as they both transition to red for a moment. And I would like to, if I could, possibly use that as intimidation.
You can certainly try.
Please don't be a low roll.
Oh, come now, I was only kidding.
I asked if you were venomous because I figured maybe you could donate some of that venom to us.
Well, then what do I get out of it? You just come take my fluids and leave?
We're not stopping for venom trades. Where is the razor rock?
It gestures with its wings, kind of to your left. If you follow the path leading in this direction, you'll come upon the tunnels that'll take you into Eban Claw's lands.
More tunnels, yay!
Ah, before we go, Vainheart, if you want a deal.
A
Go ahead.
deal with this little.
Well, then let's go.
No, Couatl, what can you? Let me clear my. What can you offer?
What? What can you offer?
Thrilling conversation, some jokes, knowledge. Very limited knowledge.
You're a
You won.
sneaky little snake, aren't you?
I'm a Couatl, not a snake. I'm a celestial of the highest order.
Who hid on the ceiling in the dark?
Don't antagonize it.
No. This lonely
Okay,
creature is with you for
I'll take
long.
that back because he was lonely, and obviously there's a big number of us. He could have felt threatened.
I want to hear this joke.
You know what? Yeah, I'd like. Couatl, can I hear a joke?
But you serious? You'd like to hear one of my jokes?
Yes, I'm dead serious.
I'll give you 5 silver pieces for a joke.
I mean, if we laugh.
If we
That
laugh,
is-
yeah.
If it's a good joke.
I'll give him some beef jerky.
Actually, Couatl, I could offer something that you might like. Yeah, go ahead and tell your joke first.
Alright, so. A guy is sitting at home when he hears a knock at his door. He opens the door and sees a snail on his porch. Picks up the snail and throws it as far as he can. 3 years later, there's a knock on the door. He opens it and sees the same snail. And the snail says, "What the hell was that all about?"
Okay.
Cute.
Cute.
That was
Well-
horrible.
You just keep working on that. I'm sure if you workshop it a few more times, you'll get where you need to be.
I thought it
Oh,
was
that one
cute.
kills
That
on
was
Mount Celestia.
I'm sure it does.
cute. Mount Celestia, yes.
Couatl, don't mind the goblin. He's hard to please.
My name is not the Goblin.
Don't mind Val.
Thank you.
Alright, Couatl, I have an offer for you, and I can only offer it if the group agrees with me when I say it. I think you could be useful. Could you, as an offer, the offer you get is the conversation that you so lustfully pursue. But the payment that you give us is that you travel with us only until Razor Rock is in sight. And then you can go back to your temple if you wish.
Well, there are many factors to consider here. First and foremost, it is rather dangerous in the Pride Lands of Eban Claw's territory. And there's also the factor that you didn't laugh at my joke. I do not
I
feel
said
like
it
we
was
are going to be...
cute.
I do not feel like we are compatible. And you claimed that I was lustfully coming on to you, and I really do not feel that way about you.
Dear Lord, for
A
my character is going to
sensitive
visibly.
celestial.
He's just visibly rubbing his brow in frustration. Do not twist my words, you snake with wings.
Couatl,
No, you're a snake now.
He's a Couatl.
I'm not a snake. I am a...
Okay, you've
Jesus
antagonized
Christ.
the being enough. Let's go to
He's
the left.
antagonized me by probing my mind.
Come, we all get probed from time to time. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Thanks, Noaddle. It was nice
I
to meet
do-
you.
I do not know
Farewell.
if y'all heard that, but my Alexa just started blasting some message at me. It scared the shit out of me.
Oh, no.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Oh. All right, well, it was good meeting you all. Have
Yes,
fun.
yes.
Come back soon. Maybe they are gone.
You're very pretty. I like your blue glowing eyes. Great
Well,
wings.
thank you.
Mhm.
You're all quite flattering.
I googled a picture of you while we were talking. Very, very attractive.
I mean, as far as snakes go.
It's not a snake.
Make it Jason.
Metaphorically, it's a snake.
All right, so we know
Descending.
the way to Razor Rock, right? We didn't say bye too fast.
No. As you leave the chamber and Noatl is continuing to just talk to himself of, like, oh, there they go. They are leaving. You blew it again. You can
Aw.
now see at the base of the steps and to the right, there is a path near what you assume goes to the base of the steps on that side, and so kind of walking around this sanctum, as Nahuatl had called it, looking down those steps. You see another path leading into the jungle in a different direction than what you had come into. And as long as this creature told the truth, that could very well be the direction of Razor-Tooth Rock.
Hey guys, if this creature didn't tell the truth, remind me to come back and stab it.
Are we still within 30 feet of said creature?
No, but he has telepathy out to 120 feet.
So he can hear our thoughts?
should fear me. I'm deadly.
Can you hear my thought saying I want another joke?
Oh.
What?
Yeah, you'd like another one. Well, good friend.
You know we
Do
all
I
have to
have-
listen to this.
I'd like to hear another show.
Oh, God.
I'm waiting.
Yes, Noaddle.
Where's the other second joke? Or he's supposed to be getting another joke soon. On Radio Nahuatl.
A pair of cows were talking in a field. One says, "Have you heard about the mad cow disease that's going around?" "Yeah," the other cow says. "Makes me glad I'm a penguin."
What?
I'm gonna give you half credit on that one.
Vainhart's like, what the fuck is a penguin?
What?
I just
I've
think
never seen such a bird.
in my brain, if you want a good joke, you can have this one. How does a non-binary person murder someone?
Oh, you son of a bitch.
They slash them.
I've been telling
They
you
slash
that
them.
joke for a month at Lowe's.
Get it? It's funny, right?
They slash them.
They slash them.
Rowan, did you tell him the joke?
It's not like you wrote it, Tom. I heard it on TikTok.
Oh, that's a good one.
I've been telling the joke for a month straight.
You didn't write it.
I don't know how, but I feel like my thunder got stolen.
But
Okay.
descending
jokes
down the
aside.
steps. Yes, jokes aside, literally. Descending down the steps and heading towards the direction that Noatl directed you in. Let's go ahead and take a short break, 5-10 minutes, to use the restroom, get some water, which is what I'm going to do.
Right back.
We're back. I'm back.
Meh.
Hmm.
He's back. Come here so I can slash you.
Hmm.
Did it save the... God damn it, it did not. Okay. Customize. Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can always hear you. Always listening.
Get out of my head, Couatl.
Back.
Oh, and speaking of,
Get
Let
out of my
me-
head, Couatl. I'm using this break to make some of those customizable changes to Vainheart's old sword.
copy, copy, copy.
What does silver do? What does adamantine do? What do those both do?
Just as a quick check for those of you that are here, are you able to see what I posted in the recap thread?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
So much text! But yes,
Not enough text.
you hush.
Yeah, so DM Fitz, one actually makes the players do the recap, puts everybody on a schedule that you just cycle through. And so every player has some ownership over, telling the story as far as what happened the last time. And then he places those in a separate channel along with a video on demand that he records of the session so that you can get very accurate notes of what happened, which I need to read the last one because I had to make a phone call in the middle of it that took up like 30 minutes that I missed. But it was such a great idea. And then DM Eric asked me on Wednesday night if that was something that I'd ever thought about doing. And so I'm like, if enough people are bringing this up, I think I should probably start doing this.
I like it.
Oh, hey, the college emailed me. I'm 34 years old and I'm finally going to college.
Congratulations.
How do I do this?
That's a very good recap.
Yeah, I try not to get into all the nitty gritty details of everything that happened, between sessions. Try to highlight the bigger moments. But, it's also just a great way to get into a session, remind everybody of what happened while also really getting into the mindset of, like, this is the character that I am. These are the things that I experienced. Like talking to my counselor today. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to make a joke. I hope you got down all those jokes for today's recap. So the counselor.
But talking to my counselor today, because I've decided to start using my GI Bill benefits, because they pay some housing expenses on top of paying for the school, trying to cover down on some of the unforeseen circumstances like my HVAC system crapping out. And so he's like, so what are you thinking about getting into? And one of the things that I have always held very dearly to, primarily because I utilize this service a lot, is the behavioral health sciences. And one day, down the road, I'd like to get into counseling for service members and veterans and help them through their struggles the way that people have helped me through all of my experiences and trauma. But he's like, so like just psychology then? And I'm like, well, I also kind of want a minor in creative writing. And he's like, well, that sounds great for what you're doing right now, but how do you think that will apply to counseling services? Like, well, I think that being able to tell a very poignant story can often invoke feelings and express yourself better. And by being able to analyze how somebody tells a story, you can pick up on details that you may have missed if you don't have that kind of mindset. And he agreed that likely a very good choice. So that's kind of the plan right now, on top of doing all of this, pursuing degrees in behavioral sciences, as well as creative writing, in case this gets wildly out of control and it ends up being what I do for the rest of my life.
Good plan.
Nice.
But looks like we've got everybody back.
I don't want to ruin the conversation.
The gang's all here.
Yeah, don't let me talk about myself too much because I get so little social interaction with people. It's like, oh, I have an opportunity to talk about my life. It's like, that's not what you're here for. But jumping back into the mindsets of Vainheart, Orange, Rowan, Valkor, Jean, and Tradoroh. You descend the steps, leaving behind Couatl the Couatl. Following the path about a quarter of a mile to the opposite side of the crater that you had entered in from. Finding, true to his word at the very least, a cave entrance. Not too different from the one you had already experienced. But fortunately, as you all very slowly traverse, keeping a very close eye on everything, this one's not trapped in any way, shape, or form. Which is odd. Why would they trap the one and not the other? But after spending about 20 minutes walking through, you eventually come back out into the light in a vast, expansive prairie. Not too unlike the wastelands that Vainheart and Tradoroh had awoken in, although there's a very tall grass that grows everywhere. There are trees here and there. It's a little more lively than the boneyard and the sands. And off in the distance, you can make out a very large natural formation of rock that bears some semblance of its namesake. Almost feline in appearance, with large stalagmites hanging down like fangs. That right there, probably Razor-Tooth Rock.
End of narrative.
End of narrative.
I think I see
Shall-
it.
Shall we go towards the teeth?
Teeth word ho.
Onward.
And we're off. What now?
Begin walking across the landscape, which the grass is taller than Val. So hopefully he's on Vainheart's shoulders again.
I just stand in front of Vainheart and I do the hands up, open and close palms.
Puppies.
Val wants uppies? He wants uppies?
Uppies!
I'm just gonna pick him up and put him on my shoulders.
And you all begin to start making your way over the miles and miles it's going to be to get to Razor-Tooth Rock. But after the first couple of hours, you start to hear this strange giggling. Very high-pitched, as if somebody has just heard the funniest joke in the world.
I think you should demonstrate what this sounds like.
Everybody's sleeping right now.
Okay, fair enough. Nice.
And even without a perception check, because I did not roll a very good stealth check at all, you all kind of follow where the sound is coming from. And doing a very terrible job of hiding in the tall grass, you can make out a gray furred figure that's back is just a little bit too high with these dark spots along the shoulders. And from the force of the snickering, those shoulder blades are just shaking uncontrollably.
Hey, figure in the grass. You know we can see you, right?
No, you can't.
I can see your shoulder blades.
A head pops up over the grass. There is a hyena that looks back, oh shit, and drops down low enough that you can no longer see them.
Hyenodon.
It's okay, we won't hurt you.
Yeah, you can totally ambush us now.
Oh, must have been a win.
Do you wish to come out and talk to us?
The jig is up, guys. They saw us. And one by one, you start to see about a dozen other hyenas popping up out of the grass. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to. You laugh so loud. Sorry, guys. We can't ambush them if they can see us. And they all
And we
start to
can't
argue a
see
little
you.
bit. Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah, also thanks for telling us you were going to ambush us.
Why
They all
are you
start
out here?
Go ahead, Val.
Why are you out here ambushing people?
Orange, what did you have?
I was gonna be like, well, they probably ambush everyone. I don't think we're very special.
Well, you see, it's our job to keep an eye on that cave, and if anything comes out, we ambush it.
Who gave you that job?
Yeah.
Eban Claw. You weren't supposed to say that. Oh, sorry.
Well, that's fine. We were here to come talk to Eban Claw.
We've got a
You just
meeting
made our
with Eban
search.
Claw.
Did anybody hear anything about Eban Claw having meetings with firbolgs and bugbears? No, I didn't hear anything about it.
And you would not have heard about something at such low levels as you are.
My good hyena gentleman, we are
Rowan.
emissaries sent to speak with Eban Claw from Ophelia, the leader of the veggie creatures.
Yes, Vegasauruses, Val.
We have come to make truce between your peoples.
All right, so Rowan, go ahead and give me a deception check with advantage because Val jumped in on the lie.
Was that with advantage?
Yeah.
Let's make an insight check. Natural one.
Oh, thank God.
I was getting an intimidation check ready.
He's right, you know. They wouldn't have told us nothing about that.
I'm gonna just quietly whisper to Val, but I'm going to talk normally. Val, do you think we should tell them about Mick and their gang coming after Eban Claw?
I don't say anything out loud, but Vainheart can hear me in his head.
No, I don't think we should tell these guys anything else. We should wait until we get to Eban Claw. These are just
Good.
lowly hyena guards.
Yeah, but I feel like they're scouts too. They might be able to.
Well, we've already
Push ahead
convinced
of us.
them and they're going to take us to Eban Claw. So, I think we're good.
Yeah, you're probably right. We can save that information in case if things go south with the meeting.
We can use it as leverage, maybe.
Exactly.
All that was in our heads, nothing out loud.
Well, if you've got a meeting with Eban Claw, better get on your way. In fact, we should escort you. Make sure you get there without anybody else getting in your way. You
Oh,
sound
thank
very
you.
important.
Yes, we are. Thank you very much.
All right, well, this way is a Razor-Tooth Rock. If you look over to the right, there is another ambush party getting ready to stalk. What is that? It looks like some rabbits. Hey, what are you guys ambushing over there?
And a pack of wolves just. Oh, it's the hyenas.
You guys don't really
All right,
get
well,
it.
Go ahead, Val.
These hyenas are gonna get us killed.
So you guys don't really get the whole concept of ambushing, do you?
well, you know, we do well enough to eat.
Well, that's good.
Maybe we should teach you how to ambush in the future.
You know, that'd be mighty kind of you.
Maybe they know enough.
You know, I
Someone
mean,
doesn't want any animals to get hurt.
as long as Gargle doesn't, laugh the entire time, we usually get the jump on things. And when that doesn't work, we just steal from the lions, and they get mad at us. And then Eban Claw makes one of us fight one of their people, and it usually ends in death. But I mean, 50-50 chance of success.
You just put a muzzle on your laughing friend then and make him be quiet.
Oh, his giggles are still too loud. He doesn't need his mouth
Why?
open.
I mean, completely wrap his mouth up, and I demonstrate like wrapping a cloth around the snout of the hyena. You do it like that. So he can't make a noise now.
It's not a bad idea. We should try that. Over on the left, more prairie land and
Like trying to give you a tour guide view of Eban Claw's
The
territory,
Hollywood
but
bus tour.
there's really not much to see here.
I'm gonna pretend to be super interested just so that they think we're like really on their side, and we really like it here.
How long till we reach Eban Claw? We've been traveling for quite some time.
oh, it's we got to get over that rise and then the rise after that, and probably a couple of hours. You hungry? We could go hunt something for you.
At what time of day is it? How long have we been trekking?
You had left in kind of the late morning hours, or no, I would say somewhere around like 8 a.m. And at this point, it's mid-afternoon.
What
Do
you
they
think,
have
guys?
second breakfast here?
I don't need a rest unless someone else needs a rest.
I'm fine.
I'm checking real quick. I don't think I do, but just in case. I still have 5 hit points to heal from lay on hands. Yeah, I think I'm good.
I'm fine.
Okay, no, I think we're good with travel rations. We can just press on until we get to Eban Claw.
All right,
think-
and
Unless you
suit
have
yourself.
Oh,
What's coffee?
oh, the most beautiful drink in the world. You feel energized when you drink it, but you do kind of crash when you.
Don't get him started.
Oh,
It's a shame that drink
Now,
that you're addicted to is only available in one
Vainheart
city
is like-
that we can't get to.
he's off in his own little world, expressing all the love he has for coffee, but he's paying no attention to anyone else around him now. He's just gibbering on.
The entire
just
party
needs that
leaves
fix.
Vainheart behind.
You're on my shoulders. How are you gonna? I'm gonna clamp my hands.
Oh no, I
down.
got off after that coffee talk started. I was like, see ya.
But after traveling for a couple of hours, you get into the inner perimeter around Razor-Tooth Rock, which rises up hundreds of feet above the landscape. And as the hyenas guide you into this very strange area of just barren kind of dirt, it looks like a lot of creatures reside here from time to time. There is a tiger that strides out. And the hyenas immediately stop.
Well, hey there, Toren. We found these super cool people telling us all about, coffee and stuff. That they have a meeting with Eban Claw. I'm sure you know about it.
I know nothing of a meeting with these pitiful bipedal maggots.
Can I subtly cast friends on the tiger?
You certainly can.
I would like to do so.
I'll say something to I don't know. It looks like he knows we're coming now.
What did they say his name was?
Toren.
Orin?
Toren.
Torin, that's right.
Toren, good sir, we are here to meet with Eban Claw. We are emissaries from Ophelia's camp. And we've come to initiate peace talks between our peoples.
All right, go ahead and give me that deception check with advantage.
With advantage.
Oh,
Yes.
well done.
The tiger gives you a very long look, Valkor. Eyeing you up and down. And at one point you swear that he starts to salivate.
Can I make eye contact? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, am I making eye contact with him?
Okay.
As I see him drool, my eyes glow green.
We have no dealings with the ilk Ophelia is in command of. We have no interest in any peace talks. We will rout them from Funnel and place Eban Claw as the ruler of all the beasts.
At 20 on his insight check.
Good try, though.
It was such a good roll, too.
Could I? I don't even know how I would do this. Could I try to intimidate the tiger?
You can
I
try.
also have beast speech, and I have charisma checks, or advantage on charisma checks also.
You don't need beast speech. She can speak our language.
At the moment, that is true. But what is your persuasion, Rowan?
Oh, +3.
Fuck, mine's a +4. Does anybody have higher than a +4?
Mine's a +5, but I already shot my load.
Shot your load and missed.
Yeah, time to shoot your load, Vainheart.
I might have to shoot my intimidating load.
Oh, I thought you were going to persuade. My intimidation is only +3.
No, because we tried persuasion, it didn't work. So now I'm like, I might.
No, I was
feel
trying
like-
deception.
Oh, do you want to try persuading him first?
It's the same bonus.
Oh shit! I have the highest persuasion then, don't I?
You can do it.
All right, but this tiger is starting to lower itself into a readying stance. And the hyenas are starting to look very confused as this individual that they seem to regard as a higher up is taking aggressive procedures against you, and they're starting to kind of fall in line with that. You can hear one of them say to another, like, I think we fucked up.
Toren, is it right? Could I have a word with you? Okay. I'm gonna look at Val as in, like, I'm saying, like, yeah, I think it's time to use the trump card, but without saying anything.
So,
It's like,
is that my cue to do something? Because I have something I could do.
are we trying to fight them, or are we trying to just... Can this get us past them
I
without
can,
fighting?
I can incapacitate him for a second.
How
Well,
long would
that-
that second be? Because if he gets
Well,
back
that
up,
tip
isn't he
off the
just gonna...
hyenas.
Go ahead, Gene.
Won't that tip off the hyenas?
Oh, yeah. Very likely.
Let's try the persuasion first, and if that doesn't work, then we're gonna go with Val's idea, because we might not have a choice at that point. Okay, so I'm gonna look at Val as in, like, you know, I think it's time to use that trump card, and I'm gonna step forward toward, Toren, right? Yeah, toward Toren, nice and slow, so he doesn't think I'm actually trying to attack him. My hands are up high. They're not on the sword and shield. It's like, Toren, we actually come here to warn Eban Claw about a group that is in your lands as we speak, without any of you knowing, that are hunting him. We come to help your people, nothing else.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
That's good. That's good. Good. I didn't think to tell the truth.
Woo!
Oh my god.
I will hear no more of your lies.
And as the tiger gets ready to pounce, there is a roar that shakes the earth beneath your feet. But it didn't come from Toren. In fact, as you're looking at him, he actually recoils and looks up. And on a ledge about 30 feet high, you see
Sabertooth.
Yeah, no, I was seeing if there was any, like... You see a silken, furred feline. Kind of halfway up on this ledge. Roaring out into these prairie lands. Their fur is a dark, dark gray. And the size. Well, the tiger is a very big cat, standing about 4 feet tall at the shoulder. This saber-toothed tiger above you looks to stand as tall as Tradoroh. And as every creature in the area is looking up towards it, it lays back down, kind of perching its head on top of its paws, looking down at all of you.
That is going to be quite enough, Toren. Perhaps we should hear them out. After all, they came such a long way. Come, visitors. Tell me of these hunters in my lands that I am unaware of.
Eban Claw, I presume.
You presume correct.
Being at the front of the group, I'm going to take yet another step toward Eban Claw, slowly. And I'm going to, without actually realizing if they understand the concept of bowing to a king, that is what I am doing.
Well, at least one of you knows the presence you find yourselves in.
Yes, we have heard many things about you.
Quickly
Ruler
go
of-
down on one knee.
Sorry. Didn't realize if I was cutting anybody off there. Yes, we've heard much about you, Eban Claw. You are the ruler of these lands. And well, the rightful ruler of these lands, as everyone has agreed to. But that's probably not what you want to hear, since you already know that.
Oh, it is quite good to hear that my reputation precedes me.
And even from the distance, with him being so high up, you can see he is smiling. He is soaking up this praise.
We have heard of your prowess. We've heard that you have felled many a foe in combat and hunt with the utmost grace amongst your peers.
Don't forget also, he's a great ladies' man.
I guess peers isn't the right word. Your subjects, if that appeases you more.
It does.
My character, Vainheart, just like kind of pulls out a little handkerchief, starts wiping his brow, like, "Ooh, quick save, quick save." Puts it away. We have come here to warn you about a group who is hunting you. We do not know of their whereabouts. They have set out far before we did. But when we found out that they were coming here, we hurried along as quickly as we could to give you this warning.
They call themselves the Vile Hunt.
They mention the Vile Hunt. I Eban Claw, you're a king. Do you know anything about this vile hunt, or is that what they are calling it? The bipedals, as you refer to them.
Oh, I know of the vile hunt. They think themselves the greatest hunters, taking down many of my subjects, all for the purpose of adding another head to their walls. But I openly invite them to try and come for my head, for I will be feasting upon theirs. But I thank you for bringing this knowledge, knowing that they are here. Perhaps I can have a worthy stalk through the grass. Wouldn't that be poetic? The hunters becoming prey.
Yes. Turning the hunt inside out to turn back to your favor. The pleasure of the hunter becoming the horror to the hunted. Or, really more reversing what I just said. It is poetic. I'll put it simply as that.
I don't know if it's appropriate to call them whores. You didn't even know them very well.
Horror.
Oh, sorry. I misheard.
But Eban Claw, if you do not mind, I ask this with grace. Can I talk to my people for one moment? For I may have an offer for you.
Go on, then. If
I
your
hope-
offer is as good as you probably think it is, I'll at least entertain the idea.
Well, I thank you for giving me at least that. Would it be okay if we stepped just a few feet away? Not far. We will still be in your sight.
You're surrounded by more predators than you can possibly imagine. I am not worried about you stepping a few paces away.
And again, I thank you. And with that, I was bowed the whole time I was saying this, so I finally sit back up into the correct posture and motion for the group to follow me for just a second. Okay, guys, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing out here, so this is my proposal. He obviously is very high and noble. He's a king. He knows we're surrounded. I say to kind of protect ourselves and stay in his good favor, we offer to help him, at least with the hunters.
That was my idea too. Fine with that.
And I don't even know if he's going to accept that idea because he's pretty confident about this whole thing.
We must stop the hunt.
Well, here, and let me extend my idea. If we cannot persuade Eban Claw to step down from taking over the land, maybe we can become his emissaries and talk to the Vegisaurs so that they won't retaliate. At least to get away.
I don't have a problem with that strategy.
I mean, we are surrounded, as he says, and I doubt a king would bluff like that.
Hopefully he'll just let us stay and fight.
Yeah, I'm hoping on that too. Just let's have a backup in case if he says he does not need our help.
Okay.
The backup is we bust his ass up.
Rowan, no, we're not.
You're the
doing
one
that.
who seems to speak his language. You go forward and convince him. Use your silver tongue.
That's feeling more like copper at the moment, but yes, I will try to talk to him. And with that, I walk away from the group on my own.
Before we get
Yes.
back into it, just out of character for a moment, I just want to rewind a little bit. When we were talking to Tor the Tiger, what was his name?
Toren.
Toren.
I did the thing Would that have been a moment that I could have used Silvery Barbs to make him re-roll his nat 20?
Yes.
Oh.
I wish I had remembered that in the moment. I will do
Yes.
that next time, Mister.
Silvery.
Silvery
Well,
barbs.
actually, let me double check Silvery Barbs.
Says it's a reaction.
Yes, it's a reaction, first level spell. I want to make sure that the verbiage includes skill checks and not just attacks.
Toren also run like a nat 20 when it
Says
happened?
an attack roll, an ability
Yeah.
check, or a saving throw. It says.
I was like, can you re-roll nat 20s?
Well, you would if this power he's
Yeah.
talking about applies.
Yeah, so you
Oh,
could have
okay.
Silvery Barbs the nat 20, made me roll again, and I would have to take the lower number.
Okay.
Nice.
So I would have to know, because we sort of just continued with the narrative, I would have to know that you did a roll and what it was to do
Yeah,
that.
I'll keep that in mind in the future that you have Silvery Barbs,
Okay.
and if I make a roll, I'll let you know immediately, so that if you are inclined to utilize Silvery Barbs, you have the opportunity to, rather than me just carrying on the narrative and offhandedly saying, I'm sorry, it was a nat 20.
Awesome. Thank you.
But even in circumstances like that, you are free to say, I would have Silvery Barbs. And we can redact and kind of backtrack a little bit.
No, we're already too far this way. It's fine. I didn't remember it in the moment anyway. I'm just looking at it now, and I was like, oh shit, I have that.
Yeah. For everybody's knowledge, generally, when you do any kind of charisma-based check, whether it be persuasion, deception, intimidation, I usually roll something against that behind the screen. For deception and persuasion, insight. So there usually is a roll when I ask for your roll, just so you're aware.
Gotcha.
But Vainheart, go forth and sacrifice yourself for the good of the party.
I'm gonna strip down, bare naked, balls hanging, and I'm gonna walk up to this big old sabertooth, and we're gonna talk.
Oh my
No,
god.
I'm not gonna do any of that.
I was gonna say, why do you have to be naked?
Oh.
I have to come to him in my barest form to show him the utmost respect.
Oh.
Just assert dominance.
Oh.
Oh,
No.
disgusting.
Gotta let
Oh.
him know that even though he's roughly 4 times my size, my dick is still bigger.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm going to approach him, and I'm going to bow once more, this time going to my knee from the bow.
Bow.
And I will look up at him after bowing. Eban Claw, you are a king, and I do understand that you take enjoyment from hunting what is essentially in this situation the hunters to your hide, your royal fur, as I will call it, if that pleases you. I was wondering and asking if you would accept our pledge to help defend your land from these hunters. Not necessarily defending you from their powers, but defending your subjects from their powers.
He looks down at you with this rather amused grin.
Pray tell, what do you offer in form of skill? I have countless subordinates with tooth and fang, claw and power in their legs, all capable of taking down even Ophelia if she were ever foolish enough to come into my territory.
And he stands up.
Bear witness to my fangs, notched for every terrible individual who thought to best me in combat.
And down both of his 1.5 foot long incisors, you can see several notches down both sides.
You come and offer your aid, but I feel that you have nothing to offer.
Necessarily true. I can offer in the ways of healing. What if the mighty king were to be cut? I'm not saying this would happen, but what if you were to be injured and it was a non-recoverable injury? Even you value your life, don't you? I could heal that cut. Make you
If
feel
I
better.
were to sustain such an injury, then I am clearly not who I believe to be.
Can I psychically link with Vainheart real quick?
Certainly.
In your head, you just hear me say, "Tell him there's magic users in the hunting party, and that we've got magic users to defend against them."
Mighty Eban Claw, this party that is hunting you, they have abilities that would warp your mind. We also have abilities that can do the same back to them.
Any hunter worth their bow, their sword, would not resort to such tricky methods of overcoming a powerful opponent. If these hunters do bear such disgusting traits, they are not true hunters.
Ah, yes.
And
Eban Claw,
I
you are-
believe
Oh. I'm gonna-
you're perfectly suited to take care of the problem for me.
Mhm.
Huh?
Thank you. We are suited to take care of that for you. I used to hunt with my father when I was younger, and I know what you're speaking about. A true honorable hunt is done with skill, not deception and trickery. These hunters, they are not worth your time. So why should you bloody your own claws on such weak prey? When you could be...
Precisely.
Yes. So, we have an agreement with the offer then on the hunters? Well, the so-called hunters?
Sure. I see no. Well, but then again, to take down those who utilize the magics of man would make me an even mightier hunter overall. Slaying them, cutting them down with my claws, piercing their flesh with my fangs. No one would be able to deny that I, Eban Claw, am the true rightful ruler of Funnel.
I don't like where this is going.
Yes, I shall deal with them on my own.
Do not wish for us to deal with them.
I accept this challenge.
And he lets out another earth-shaking roar.
Come, my brethren, and hear my words. The vile hunt has come into our lands. I will see to them myself. I will break their bones. I will rend their flesh. I will fillet their backs. And I will bring their heads back to show that I am truly the mightiest predator.
I think we are not going to convince him to back down from this.
All of the numerous predators, from bears to lions, the hyenas, every meat-eating creature in the vicinity lets up a cry into the air, joining Eban Claw, causing the sound to reverberate for what you imagine to be miles. And Eban Claw looks down to all of you.
Thank you for bringing this to my attention. You will be remembered when I become the ruler of Funnel.
We humbly accept your praise.
No one is to harm these bipeds. In fact, they are free to roam this territory for as long as they please. Now, the hunt is on!
And Eban Claw pounces from his perch down in front of all of you, taking in the sheer might of his presence, giving you all one last glance before taking off at a full sprint away from Razor-Tooth Rock.
Sabertooth. He's so majestic.
Well, that was
I
quite
know,
the fellow.
right?
Once a mighty king.
It's Joe Pesci hyena.
You want to get a hot dog?
Let's just hope that this mighty king can handle what's being thrown at him. Because I remember that group saying they had something special just for him.
I feel like this might turn into a rescue operation.
It's
I feel
definitely a
like we
trap.
should. We need to help him. All he's gonna do is get himself killed.
I don't know what
And
to
if he
do.
dies, well, Val, think of it like this. I think I remember that parrot saying this. Eban Claw was the one who was holding back most of the predators from just doing what they wanted. If he dies, imagine the land erupting into chaos. And then potentially a bit of faunal disappearing. With us still in it.
Field trip to the Beastlands? Field trip to the Beastlands?
It is our task to keep the order here now. Or we can simply leave it and let the chaos consume.
Well, we can go anywhere we want now.
Maybe I want to see this big battle.
Yes, Tradoroh is a nomad for battle, remember? He travels to see these
Well, if
glorious
we follow
fights.
them and then we participate in the battle, will
He
that
might
cause? Yeah. Go ahead.
He might see it as there's two ways that can play out, Val. Either Eban Claw will see that as a sign of loyalty for us to him, or he might see that as us challenging to take his hunt. If we help him, we have to play that very carefully.
It would have been so much clearer. Our direction would have been so much clearer if he just let us go after them.
Yes, but he is prideful. And as somebody who's hunted when I was young with my father, as he said, pride is everything to a hunter. And he is the true form of a hunter. He is also a king.
I mean, what alternatives do we have?
Wait to be king.
What can we even do besides go after him? I mean, we don't have another place that we can just head off to.
No,
That
and
is
this was
true.
kind of the point, was to keep him from getting murdered.
So let's go make sure he doesn't get murdered. We'll keep close tabs on him.
Do we have a tracker in the group?
do have one thing. My character is gonna look over to the group of hyenas that I assume is still there.
What's up?
Which direction did your king head off to?
Oh, he's probably going somewhere central where the winds carry the scent of anything that's in the Pride Lands.
And I'm going
From
to
there, you know,
walk
come
up.
kind of.
Go ahead.
No, I think you were doing something. I didn't want to interrupt. But no, so he goes to this central place where he can smell everything, and once he catches the scent, he heads off in that direction.
So I'm gonna walk up to this hyena now, and just as before in the temple, I'm gonna kneel down in front of it, and the hyena is gonna see that my eyes flicker, going from their usual emerald green, both now red. And you, my good friend, are going to take us to him.
Okay. I mean, he said you can go wherever you want.
Yes, but how can I go where I want if I do not know where it is I want to go?
What's your name, hyena guy? Did we learn that already? I can't remember.
I don't think we actually did get his name.
What's your name, sir?
Hit.
What?
My name's Hit.
Your
Heh?
name is Hit?
Yep, that's right.
Listen, heh. We were just granted permission to go anywhere. Would you mind showing us to get to the wind's place where he might be smelling of the hunters?
I don't think I've got anything else to do.
See, there's no need for red eyes and intimidating. You could just ask these lovely hyena gentlemen and they'll just take us.
Oh, you
And now
stop.
Vainheart is going to look at Val, actually confused. Red eyes. What are you talking about?
You tried to scare him into helping us and turned your eyes that weird red color you've been doing lately.
Val, I don't have an ability to turn my eyes red. What are you talking about?
Oh,
He
there's
doesn't
something
even
going-
know he's doing it.
Something's going on with you, buddy. I want to have that checked out.
Yeah, it was really weird. All four of your eyes went like deep, deep red.
All four of your eyes.
Look at the guy. 4 of my...
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We don't count the...
Notice.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's when you notice Hit has a bit of a lazy eye.
I'm gonna just reach over and gently pet his head. Okay, just show us where we need to go, please.
All right, this way. Mind if we get a snack on the way? I'm a little hungry.
Yeah,
Unless I
go-
can eat you.
Wait. Do we have food in our backpack?
Yes.
That can be jerky.
We have some jerky?
We have rations.
You wanna try some? Did we give away all the jerky?
No.
I don't remember.
I was about to offer
Oh,
this
no,
hyena
you-
some like dried meat.
We
See
had
if,
like a
you
whole
know-
bunch, didn't we?
Yeah. You went to the trouble of turning most of that boar meat into cured jerky for the longevity of it, not wanting to waste too much of that kill.
I think I still have pocket bacon from breakfast. Does anybody want some pocket bacon?
To the
Yes.
hyena.
Yes.
Here you
Give
go.
it to the pocket bacon. Wait. Give it to
Enjoy.
the hyena.
Here you go, Hit.
Makes a
Try
big
some of
show
this.
out of swallowing it whole.
That's pretty good. All right, this way.
And as
Hit.
leads you, it's his name.
Hit.
What a name! Oh,
Heh, and his cousin, huh?
how did you get that name, Hit? God dang.
That was the first sound I made.
Is that how hyenas are traditionally named? This is just whatever sound they make.
Oh yeah, so I'm Hit, and I've got a cousin named Yip Yip. And then I had a girlfriend once that her name is really funny. Her name was.
I'm sorry?
What?
I'm not sure if we want him to repeat that.
I know the innuendo that was being played there.
Oh my.
There was no innuendo.
What sure sounded like one. I was like, is her name this because of a certain object?
Oh, that made me laugh. That was a good one. But as this hyena guides you deep into the Pride Lands in the direction, hopefully, of Eban Claw, with the intentions of staving off the vile hunt and rescuing this noble, magnificent creature. That is where we are going to end our session for this evening. Oh, primarily because I've got to be up early to make sure I have everything ready to go for the bad house.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks,
That was
Charlie.
an enjoyable
Of
session.
course. Of course. I hope everybody's still having a great time. I had a great time, personally.
Yeah, this is good.
I had a great time.
Mhm.
Hey, I'm here for the story, and this story is keeping me interested.
Fantastic. Real quick before I go, I finally got confirmation from my Thursday night player. He's got his wife on board for starting up a beginner-friendly campaign. Likely not for the month of April. He's an investigator and was given a job to do 19 search warrants this month. And so he's going to be very busy. But hopefully next month I can have a sit down with him and his wife. And if any of you are interested in jumping in on that, get a group conversation going of what kind of adventure we're going to go for. I know that at least Atreyu was interested.
You said you know what day it's going to happen on now?
I do not know what day
Oh,
it's
you
going to
don't
be
know.
on currently. My only evening availability at this point is Tuesday evening. And with him working a 9 to 5 job, I don't know that he can do anything earlier in the day. But
Right,
I'm also planning, several other campaigns and ideas. I put out a poll yesterday on, just to gauge the interest in a Monster Hunter themed campaign, and how to make that come to fruition.
I heard Monster
But
Hunter.
I have plenty of ideas. I'm going to be offering a bunch of new stuff here pretty soon. So be on the lookout for that if any of you are interested. And if you find some time tomorrow, there are still slots available in a couple of the games that are being offered throughout our Day of Dice community event. And if you're unable to attend, be on the lookout for those questions being asked of when the next one could occur and what kind of games are going to be offered during that time. We definitely love to see the community come together, especially as we are blending the Adventurers Guild with DM Fitz's also Dragons community. Most of the crossover has come from the players that he has brought to his table. But highly encourage you guys to be on the lookout for those events, just because it's fun to play with new people and get to know everyone and find those shared interests. So it's going to be a good time.
Nice.
Awesome. You said we could also drop in and be flies on the wall. Listen in.
Correct. We have, let me pull up the Discord real quick. Each of us has a voice channel for our one-shots.
Okay.
Mine's the Madhouse. Eric is running the Battle Royale. Fitz has the Heist, and Trey has the one labeled Demons. Very Doom-esque. Just slaying the creatures of the abyss. 3-part series. And everybody is free to jump in and listen as audience members. We only ask that you mute yourself as you do so as not to detract from, what everybody's doing that are actually in session.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's
Bug you at some point, Charlie, so I can figure out how to start setting up my my character's 2-person personalized artifacts.
Oh, certainly. Probably won't be any time in the next couple of days. But I would
that's
love
fine.
to hear your thoughts on it and give some input as far as what those look like once you find them again. But
Yeah,
with
I'll
that
go
being,
online, look up photos of what I want for them. I'll
Mhm.
send those to you, and then we can discuss like what the stats will be. Because I don't want them to be like overpowered. I just want them to be good, something that I can just use for the rest of the campaign.
they'll likely grow to become more powerful as the campaign goes on, because one of the things that I dislike about D&D is you grow really attached to a weapon and then you find a better one. And it's like, "Oh, this thing has gotten me through so much battle. Yeah, I'm just going to sell it now to fund my, drug addiction."
That I don't want to, especially since I can't just part with these. These are family keepsakes.
Oh yeah. But we can have a conversation about that after the day of dice. Got a lot of work to do. So with that being said, I will bid you all have a good rest of your evening. I hope that the rest of your weekends go well. We'll see you next time.
Night, Charlie.
All
Alright.
Charlie.
Bye,
Night.
Charlie.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
All right, I'm gonna have to start looking up photos of weapons now.
Mm.